Yes. In today's session, that is of chapter Chemical Kinetics Part 3, we will study about how to find out the rate law expression of zero order and first order reaction. The first, that is integrated rate equation for zero order reaction. Now we can see here, that is reactant gives you product, and for it the differential rate equation is rate is equal to minus dr by dt is equal to k r to the power 0. For any quantity raised to the power 0 is taken as unity, that is equal to 1. So rate is equal to minus dr by dt. This is equal to k into 1, or dr is equal to minus k dt. Integrating both sides, we get, that is active mass of R is equal to minus kT plus I, where I is the constant for integration. I is the constant for integration. When we take T is equal to 0 and R is equal to R0, this R0 represents the initial concentration of the reactant. Now substituting the value in equation 1, we get active mass of R is equal to minus k into 0 plus I. R0, so we will substitute, this will become 0, so I will be equal to R0. Substituting the value of I in equation 1, we get active mass of R is equal to minus kT plus R0, or k will be equal to R0 minus R by T. So R0 is the initial concentration and R0 is the final concentration upon time, will give us the rate constant, or that is integrated rate equation for zero order reaction. This will be for to solve the numerical, we will use this rate, that is expression for zero order reaction. Now if we plot a graph between concentration of the reactant, that is R, versus time, we get the straight line. So the intercept gives us, this is the intercept. The intercept gives us the value, that is initial concentration, and as we this is straight line. When I have drawn, it is not exact, but it should be that is straight line, and this slope will give you the value for k. In board examination, they draw the graph and they ask what is the k here, or what does the intercept denote, and either this graph represents zero order or first order, so you should know the graph. Now the zero order reactions, they are uncommon, but they occur in special conditions. For example, when ammonia decomposes in the presence of platinum catalyst, it forms N2 plus 3H2, and rate is equal to K NH3 to the power 0. So this has become 0. So this is the, many more examples are there, but they are uncommon. Now second integrated equation for first order reaction. Now for first order reaction, rate gives you product. So rate will be again is equal to minus dr by dt is equal to k r to the power 1, or dr by dr by r is equal to minus k dt. So integrating this equation, we will get ln r is equal to minus kt plus I. I is the constant for integration. If we put t is equal to 0 and r is equal to r0, where r0 is the initial concentration, then ln r0 is equal to minus k into 0 plus I. ln r0 is equal to I. So substituting the value in equation, substituting the value in this equation, we will get ln r is equal to minus kt plus ln r0, or rearranging it, minus kt is equal to ln into r upon r0, or k is equal to 1 by t ln r0 by r. Now ln, when we write down when the log is base e and when it is converted into base 10, then we multiply it by 2.303. So k is equal to 2.303 by t log r0 by r. So again, this is a very important expression. Now all the natural and radioactive decay for unstable nucleus, they follow first order reaction. Again, to explain first order reaction, graph for first order reaction. Now two graphs are there. Again, very important, please go through it. Questions are asked in both. When we draw a graph between ln r and time, then we get a graph. So again, intercept gives you that is of ln r, and k, that is slope, gives you the value of the rate constant. When we plot a graph between log r0 by r, difference you can see here. Here it is only ln r, and here it is the fraction value r0 by r versus time. We get a straight line, and here the slope will give you the value for k by 2.303. So children get confusion. So you can see here it is ln r and here it is log r0 by r. So one example we have taken for first order reaction, when radium undergoes disintegration, that is, this is atomic number and this is atomic mass. So it undergoes, that is, when alpha particles are bombarded on it, it disintegrates to form, that is, radon 86-22 plus helium particle. Now, order of reaction for gaseous reactants and products. Order of reaction Now suppose there is a reactant A in gaseous state, it gives you, that is, B and C. All three are in gaseous state. Suppose, or you can say, let Pi is the initial concentration of the reactant A. Pt is the total concentration or the total pressure at time t. So all these three are in the same container. So all the three gases will exert their partial pressure. So P total will be equal to the partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B plus partial pressure of C. Again, at time t is equal to 0, the initial concentration of A is Pi, represented by Pi. I represents initial, and when the reaction has not started, then the concentration of B and C will be 0 and 0. After time t, suppose the A has disintegrated into X atmosphere and C also into X atmosphere. So the remaining reactant A will be Pi minus X. The remaining, that is, so Pi minus X. And all the reactants, they are present in the same container. So P total will be equal to Pi minus X plus X plus X. So 1 X will get cancelled out. So it will become Pt is equal to Pi plus X, or X will be equal to Pt minus Pi. Now, just now we have seen that Pa is equal to Pi minus X. Pa is equal to Pi minus X. So that is equal to Pi minus, just now we have calculated the value of X. So we will substitute the value of X. Pi minus Pt minus Pi. So it will become Pa is equal to 2 Pi minus Pt. Pa is equal to, very important, many times numerical, the same numerical is asked in the board. So you should know or keep in mind, if it is a gaseous state, you have to calculate like this. Then you will. So your, where is, now, so the first law order reaction, K is equal to 2.303 by T log initial concentration upon final concentration. Initial concentration here is Pi and concentration is of this A is Pa. So we will substitute the value of Pa, 2 Pi minus Pt. So again, very important formula and you should know it. You have to do numericals based on it. It is given in the book as an example. Then next topic is half-life of a reaction. Now, half-life of a reaction, it is the time required to reduce just 1/2 of its initial concentration. Now, for zero order reaction, we have just now derived, that is K is equal to R0 minus R by T. So, the final concentration R just when becomes half. So, R0 minus half R by T half. So, T half is equal to R0 by 2K. Here you can see that the half-life period in zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. Now for first order reaction, the expression is K is equal to 2.303 by T log R0 by R. So by substituting the value of R as R by 2, this will be R0 by 2. So 2.303 by T half log R0 by 2. So it will become T half is equal to 2.303 by K log 2. ये ऊपर जाएगा, R0 कट जाएगा और ये हो जाएगा आपका log 2 की वैल्यू होती है 0.3010. When we multiply it, then we get T half is equal to 0.693 by k. This is the shortest formula to find out. Either you use the longest k is equal to 2.303 by t log r0 by r, or you can directly find out the rate constant by this formula also. T half is equal to 0.693 by k. Now for first order reaction, T half is independent of the initial concentration, but zero order is dependent of the initial concentration. So in today's session, we have studied about how to derive the integrated rate law expression for zero order reaction and first order reaction, then graph related to them, and next that is half-life of for zero order reaction and first order reaction.